Have your feet hip with the palm. Have your arms down by your side. Rotate your arms so your wrists are facing forward. Bring your chin onto your chest. Have a slight bend in your knees. Tuck in your tailbone. And you breathe in through your nose. Out through your nose. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your nose. Now you're going to start to curl your back, so you start to bring your back towards your chest, towards your thighs. Bend your knees. You're going to bring your fingers onto the mat. Lift your heels. Eye gaze in between your feet. Now lower your right heel, straighten that right leg. And keep your left knee bent, left heel lifted. Now straighten your left leg as you lift your right heel. And we're just walking our dog. Left side. And then right. Your left. And then your right. Now lower your right heel. Have both knees slightly bent. Walk your hands to the top of the mat. And walk your feet back so we're in that downward dog position. Eye gaze in between your feet. Bring your eye gaze in between your hands as you lower to plank. Lower your knees. Keep your toes tucked. So you're in hands and knees position. You're going to round your back as you bring your chin to chest. You arch your back as you look up and you take that right leg behind you. Bring your right leg in, lower your right knee, still keep your toes tucked. Round your back. Exhale, arch, look up, stretch out your left leg. Bring your left knee in, keep those toes tucked. Now engaging your core, you're just going to lift your knees a few inches off the mat. And then lower. Let's do that again, lift your knees. And then lower. Take your right leg back. I'll take your right leg wide, keep it lifted, and then lower. So your left toe should still be tucked. Open up your chest and take your right arm up to the sky. Bring that right hand on top of your right foot. Take your right leg back up to the sky. Lower your right hand onto the mat and bring your right knee in. Take your left leg back. Left leg wide and low. Open up your chest and take your left arm up. Bring your left hand on top of your left foot. Take your left arm up. Lower your left hand down. Bring your left knee in. Now untuck your toes, bring your hips back to your heels, chest and your thighs, forehead down. Come up to hands and knees, tuck your toes, we're in downward dog. Look forward, slight bend your knees, step or jump forward to your hands. Keep your knees bent. Straighten your legs and bring your hands on your shin and you look up. Slight bend your knees, hands back on the mat. Take your arms wide all the way up, interlace your fingers at the top. Lift your hips. Lower your heels, forward fold, hands back on the mat. Hands on your shin as you look up. Hands on your mat, step or jump back to downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees, untuck your toes, bend your elbows, you lower your chest all the way down. You lift your chest, bring your forearms onto the mat. Lower your chin to chest. Walk your hands back closer to your body as you tuck your toes. Lift your chest, straighten your arms and come back up to plank. Hips to sky and downward dog. Take your right leg up to the sky. Bring your right foot forward. Keep your left heel lifted. Take your arms up. Palms facing. Take your arms out in front of you. Lift your left leg up behind you. Open your arms wide. Rotate your arms so your palms facing down, so you're like an airplane. Slight bend in your right knee as you take your left leg back. Rotate your chest, so we're in that warrior two. Lower your back foot. Bring your hips forward. Tap your left toes. Let's do that flying warrior two. So you lift your left leg up. You to tap your right fingers down, left arm up. Take your left leg back, straighten your right leg, we're in triangle. Bend your right knee, we're in warrior two, reverse it back, so go straight to reverse the warrior. Rotate your arms so your right palm is facing down. If possible, you look up to that right palm. Lift your right heel. Now you're going to lift that left leg up behind you, palm facing up. And see if you can lean back and interlace your fingers so it's a deeper stretch. So you're leaning back, interlace your fingers, lower your right heel. You lift your chest, you rotate your body so it's facing forward. Lift up that back heel, hands prayer, lower, coming to that twist, left elbow over your right knee. Yes. Now come back to center, lower your hands either side of your right foot. Step your right leg back. Left side, left leg up. Look forward, bring your left foot forward. Keep your right heel lifted this time. You take your arms up. Take your arms out in front of you. Lift your right leg up behind you in that warrior three. Open your arms. Palms facing down. Take your right leg back. Open up your arms. So you rotate your chest in that warrior two position. Left arm forward, right arm back. Brilliant. Tap your right toes. Hips forward, we're coming to that flying warrior two. So you lift your right leg up. Make sure your chest is open. Into the lower, see if you can tap your left toes down. You lift, take that right leg back, straighten your left leg, we're in triangle. So when you come to that triangle, you try not to lift your chest all the way up. Brilliant. 3, 2. Look to your left leg, you bend your left knee, we come to that warrior two, and you go straight to reverse the warrior. Lean back. Lift your left heel. Now you lift that right arm behind you. You rotate it so your palms facing up. And you're going to see if you can lean back and interlace your hands so you're in. Brilliant. Yes, you should feel that stretch in your left side. For 3, 2, 1. Lower your left heel. You rotate your chest as you lift your back heel. Hands to prayer. Lower your hands. Right elbow over your left knee this time. Come back to center, lower your hands either side of your left foot. Step back to downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees for your chest. Upward dog. Downward dog. Let's go straight into the second set. Right leg up. Right foot forward. Take your arms up. Arms out in front of you as you lift your left leg up behind you. Open up your arms. Palms facing down. Take that left leg back as we open up our chest. We're in that warrior two. Tap your left toes. Lift it up, so we're in that flying warrior two. Tap your right toes, right fingers down. Take your left leg back, straighten your right leg, we're in triangle. Up to warrior two, reverse it back. Lift your right heel. Lift your left arm behind you. Interlace your fingers. Lower your right heel, lift your chest. Come to center, lift your back heel. Hands to prayer. Lower to your chest. Left elbow over your right knee. This time, lower your left hand down, right arm up. So that left hand should be outside of your right foot. Yes. For 3, 2, 1. Now bring that right hand onto your lower back so you can twist it a little bit further. 3, 2, 1. Release your hands either side of your right foot. Step back to downward dog. Left side, left leg up. Look forward, left foot forward. And take your arms up. Take your arms forward as you lift the right leg up behind you. Your chest is parallel with the floor. Open your arms, palms facing down. Step your right leg back, we're in that warrior two. Tap your right toes and lift, so we're in that flying warrior two. Start to lower your left fingers down. Right leg back, straighten your left leg, we're in triangle. Yes. Look to your left leg, bend your left knee, warrior two, reverse it back. Lift that back arm, interlace your fingers. Lift your chest, come to center. Lift your back heel, hands to prayer as you lower. Right elbow over your left knee. Lower your right hand down, this time left arm up. Now bring that left hand onto your lower back. If you can twist that a little bit further. Look forward. Bring your hands either side of your left foot. And step your left leg back and down. Lower to plank and hold for 3, 2, 1. Back up to downward dog. Lower to plank again for 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees and your chins. Upward dog. Downward dog. Look forward, step or jump halfway up your mat. Hands on your shin. Hands on your mat. Take your arms wide all the way up. Down by your side. Really, let's go straight to balance. Take hold of that right shin. Interlace your fingers round your right shin. Now bring that right foot into your left thigh for tree pose. That's a prayer. 3, 2, 1. Take that right leg behind you. The warrior 3. Release your arms behind you. Now tap your right toes back. And you start to lift your chest and bend that left knee, arms up. You should feel that stretch in your right calf. Keep your arms up. Step your right foot forward, still looking up to reach your left foot. Interlace your fingers, take hold of the left shin. Left foot into your right thigh. Hands up there. Take that left leg behind you. Arms behind you, warrior 3. Tap your left toes back behind you. As you lift your chest, arms up. Keep that right knee bent, look up. Keep your arms up, keep looking forward, keep looking up. Step your left foot to meet your right. Interlace your fingers, let's do another set. Take hold of the right shin. Come into tree pose. Take it behind you, arms behind you. Tap your right toes down, lift your chest, arms up. Keep that right heel lifted. Step it forward, interlace your fingers, take hold of your left shin. Come into tree pose. Take it behind you, arms behind you. Tap your left toes back. Lift your arms. Now this time you're going to bring your chest forward. You lower your fingers onto the mat. Step your right leg back so you're in that downward dog position. You lower to plank. 3, 2, 1, back up to downward dog. Lower to plank. 3, 2, 1, lower your knees on your chest. Upward dog. Downward dog. Look forward, you step or jump forward to your hands. Now walk your hands back, so keep your knees bent and have your hands inside of your feet so your arms are inside your legs. Just like a little squat, like you're sitting on the back of your arms. And look forward, and we just hold for 3, 2, 1. Walk your hands back to the top of the mat. You step or jump back to downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees on your chest. Upward dog. Downward dog. Look forward, step or jump forward to your hands. Take a seat. Bring your hands behind you as you lift your hips. Slide your hips back, keep it lifted, and lower. Flex your feet, hands either side of your hips. Chest forward, shoulder blades back, eye gaze to your toes. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring your chest forward, take hold of the big toes. Right into your chest. Cross your right foot over that left leg, bend your left knee. Take that left elbow over your right knee, seated twisted pose. Right arm around your back. Yes, hold. For 3, 2, 1. Come to center. Now see if you can slide that right foot a bit further behind you. So what the idea is you want to try and see if you can bring both knees on top of each other. Your feet are either side of your glute. So that right foot that was there, you want to see if you can just slide it so it's on the side. Might need to lift your hips a bit just to bring both knees on top of each other. Take your hands interlace on top of that knee. Walk your hands out in front of you. See if you can start to lower your chest. Try and bring your chin on top of that top right knee. Walk your hands back. Lift your chest. Bring your hands behind you. Cross your ankles. Hands over the mat as you lift your hips. Going downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees to your chest. Upward dog. Downward dog. Look forward, step or jump forward to your hands. And take a seat. Hands behind you as you lift your hips. Swing it back. And release. Left knee to your chest. Cross your left foot over your right leg. And then you bend your left knee. We just twist the other way. Right elbow over your left knee. Left arm around your back, around your waist. Come to center. See if you can slide that left foot now. So basically bringing the left foot onto its side. Lift your hips to try and bring both knees on top of each other. And bring your hands out in front of you. And see if you can lower your chest towards that top left leg side. Your hands back. Lift your chest. Cross your ankles. Hands over the mat as we come up into downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees to your chest. Upward dog. Downward dog. Look forward, step or jump forward to your hands. And take a seat. Take your arms out in front of you, palms facing. Lift your feet off the mat and keep your knees bent or straight for that boat pose. Point your toes. For 3, 2, 1. Cross your ankles, hands onto your shin. Keep your feet off the mat as you look up. For 3, 2, 1. Look forward and cross your ankles. Straighten. Back to boat pose. For 3, 2, 1. Cross your ankles, hands onto your shin, knees onto your chest. Look up. For 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more. For 3, 2, 1. Cross your ankles, hands on your shin. 3, 2, 1. Bring the soles of your feet together. Hands round your toes. Keep your feet lifted. Your arms are inside your knees. And then possible you look up. For 3. Press your shoulders down. See if you can open your knees wider. For 3, 2, 1. Look forward as you lower your feet. Round your back. Bend your elbows. The elbows are resting inside your inner thighs. You bring your chin to chest. Then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And take hold of your big toes. Lift your chest. You're going to lift your feet as you bring your heels as wide as your mat. Then you start to straighten out your legs. Or still holding on to your big toes, chest forward and hold. For 3, 2, 1. Now still hold on to your big toes. Start to bend your knees. So keep your legs still wide. So your heels are on the mat, feet are lifted, below. Release your big toes as you lower your feet down. Take that right hand underneath your right ankle and your left hand underneath your left ankle. As you walk your feet in, you slide your arms underneath your ankles and you bring your soles of your feet back together again. See if you can bring your arms closer to the mat, your chest closer to the mat, and you lower your chin to chin. We stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, release your arms, cross your ankles, hands over the mat. Uncross your ankles, let's come into that low squat. So you lift your knees, your feet as wide as your mat, heels in, toes out. Take your hands to prayer. Rocking forward and back. For 3, 2. Wonderful, for 3 more. Now bring your hands out in front of you. Start to lift your hips. So those arms, so your knees are basically behind your arms. So you see if you can lift your hips. The heels are lifted. You start to bring your chest forward, but look forward. We're just trying to see if we can get into that crow position. But even if you don't lift your feet off the mat, you just rock your chest forward and back. Feel like a frog, isn't it? You look like a frog wearing green today. Rocking forward and back. And if you can see if you can bring your feet in a bit closer. You might be able to lift one foot off, or even both. I know I can only do one. Let's see how you get on. One day we'll be able to lift them. Strengthening the back of our arms, your wrist. Rocking forward and back, right, left. Brilliant. And then slowly bring your hips back onto the mat. Cross your ankles. Hands over the mat, you lift the hips. Stomach into downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your chest all the way down onto the mat. Untuck your toes. Bend your right knee. You take hold of the top of your right foot or your right ankle. Stretch your left arm out in front. Lift your chest and see if you can lift that right knee off the mat. And then release. Just swap sides, bring your right arm forward. Bend your left knee. Bring your left hand onto that top of your left foot or your left ankle. You lift your chest and see if you can lift that left knee off the mat. And then release. Now keep your left hand where it is and bend your right knee. So now you're holding both feet. Now if you can, if not, you can just stay in this position, or you see if you can lift your chest, you lift your knees off the mat. You release. Release your arms. Hands either side of your body. Keep your elbows back. Start to lift your chest. Bring your hips back to your heels. Rest your chest on your thighs. Forehead down. Come up the hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Back up to the downward dog. Begin to walk halfway up your mat, but you want your feet as wide as your mat. So you're sending the right foot forward wide, then your left foot, so your feet are basically as wide as your mat. So you're in a short dog. Eye gaze between your knees. You just rock forward and back without lifting your heels, but you're walking. As you rock forward, there's more pressure on your toes. And as you rock back, there's more pressure on your heels. So you should feel that stretch at the back of your legs. Forward and back. And this time as you rock forward, lift your heels, slide your heels in, keep your heels lifted. Start to lower your hips, arms back inside your knees again. You lower your hips onto the mat. Cross your ankles. Take your arms wide, bring your arms behind you as you take hold of your opposite elbows. And rotate your chest towards your right knee as you lower the chest towards your right knee. Then you lift. Come to center. And then come to the left side. And lower your chest. See how far you can go. And then you lift. You come to center. And lower out in front of you. See if you can bring your forehead towards the mat. You can even lift your hips behind you. Bring your forehead onto the mat. Release your arms. And have your hands either side of your body. You lift your forehead. Keep your hips are lifted, lower it down. Keep your eye gaze down and start to straighten your arms. You bring your left hand into the middle and you just slightly twist to the right side as you take your right arm up to the sky. You even rest that left arm on your left thigh. If you feel that twist on your right side, bring that right hand onto your lower back for that deeper twist. If possible, you look up to the sky. And release the right arm up. You lower your right hand down this time as you twist to the left side. You take your left arm up, rest your right arm on that right thigh. Bring your left arm to your lower back for that deeper twist. Release your left arm. You lower your left hand down. Bring your hands to prayer as you take your arms all the way up. And you bring your thumbs onto your forehead, fly to your foot. You fly to your lips. You fly to your mouth. And onto your breastbone. Take your elbows to your thighs, your chin to your fingers. Take that bow. You should feel that stretch in the back of your neck. Glad in your heart. The right in your arm. The right in you. Namaste.